So, you're thinking about selling your home? Well, I've got to tell you, the old playbook, you can pretty much toss it out the window. What worked even a few years ago just doesn't cut it anymore. Today, we're going to break down the new rules for getting top dollar in a market that is all about digital.
Let me ask you a question. When you put your house up for sale, what's the very first impression it makes? Forever, really, the answer is always curb appeal, right? That perfect manicured lawn, the fresh coat of paint, that view from the street. But what if I told you that's not where the first impression happens anymore?
Yep, it's true. The first impression is no longer made standing on the curb. It's made on a screen. It happens online long before a potential buyer even thinks about getting in their car to come see your place.
And that brings us to this huge, critical idea in modern real estate, the new curb appeal. This is where you win or lose the game, often before a buyer has even set foot on your property.
I mean, just think about it. Where do you start your search for anything these days? You go online. And buying a home is absolutely no different. That very first showing a buyer gets of your home, it's happening on their phone while they're on their lunch break, or on their laptop at night. And there's actually a name for this. The industry calls it web appeal. It's your home's ability to just grab a buyer through the screen. It's the whole package, the professional photos, the smart staging, those cool virtual tours. It's about telling a story that makes them want to be there. It's basically your home's digital charisma.
Real estate pro Corcoran just nailed it with this quote. When selling a home, web appeal is the new curb appeal. Seriously, if you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be that. It is the #1 rule of the market today.
Okay, so we get it, it's important. But how important is your online presence really? Well, in a market this competitive, it's pretty much everything. Let's dig into the numbers.
Just look at this number. It's kind of staggering, 97%. That means nearly every single potential buyer is starting their journey online. If your home doesn't look incredible on the web, you are basically invisible to almost everyone looking to buy.
And the change is just night and day when you compare the old ways to the new. I mean, on the left, you see yesterday. It was all about yard signs, maybe an ad in the local paper. The goal was to get people to a physical walkthrough. But today, it's a whole different universe. We're talking sophisticated online listings, immersive virtual tours, and targeted digital marketing. That for sale sign in the yard, it's gone from being the first step to being one of the very last.
And here's the magic of great web appeal. It's not just about listing facts and figures. It's about creating an emotion. You want a buyer to be scrolling, stop, and just go, whoa, I have to see this place. It's that spark, that curiosity that inspires them to actually take action.
So the big question is, how do you create that irresistible online story? Well, here's the secret. It doesn't actually start with a camera. It starts by getting the physical space ready. It starts with professional home staging.
You know, a lot of people think staging is just about hiding flaws or making a house look pretty, but it's so much deeper than that. It's about transforming your home with all your personal stuff into a space where other people can instantly picture their lives. It creates that warm, inviting vibe that helps to make an emotional connection.
And there's a real method to the madness. It all starts with decluttering, which instantly makes every room feel bigger and brighter. Then you rearrange the furniture to create a better flow and show off the room's purpose. Next, you add just the right accessories to make it feel warm and welcoming. And finally, you enhance the whole space, making sure it tells one cohesive, beautiful story that's going to appeal to the biggest possible audience online.
All right, so the stage is set, literally. The home looks amazing. Now what? Now we capture that story and we shout it from the digital rooftops. This is where the pros and the high-tech marketing tools really shine.
See, a great listing today isn't just a few photos. It's a whole media experience. We're talking stunning professional photography, of course. Breathtaking drone shots that show off the whole property. Those incredible 3D virtual tours that let you walk through the house from your couch. And detailed floor plans, so there are no surprises. It's about giving buyers all the information they need to fall in love with the place before they even visit.
But listen, all this amazing technology, it's only a tool. It's only as good as the expert using it. That's where a professional strategist comes in. They're the ones who handle the really critical stuff you see here, pricing it right, negotiating like a pro, and navigating all that complicated paperwork. The tech gets the attention, but the expert is the one who actually closes the deal for you.
So let's put it all together. You've got the perfectly staged home, the high-tech online marketing, the expert guidance.
what does all of that actually get you, the seller? What's the big payoff?
Well, the results are pretty clear. A fantastic web appeal brings in more serious, qualified buyers. And what does that do? It helps you sell your home faster. All that interest creates competition, which helps you get the best possible price. And let's be honest, having an expert handle all the moving parts, it means a whole lot less stress for you.
Look, at the end of the day, selling your home is a huge moment in your life. The whole point of this modern strategy is to take what can be a really overwhelming process and turn it into an experience that's not just rewarding financially, but is easy and simple too.
So we'll leave you with this one last thing to think about. In a world where that very first showing happens on a tiny screen, is your home's story ready for its digital spotlight? Because in today's market, that's really the only spotlight that matters.